G'day and welcome to A Down Under Yarn. I am your host Fiona, also known as Fifikins. If you find someone on the internet called Fifikins, it's probably me. I think the only places I'm Ms. Fifikins is on eBay and on MyFitnessPal. Welcome. It has been a few weeks. It's Wednesday the 20th of August and it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I should mention that this is episode 78 of A Down Under Yarn, and I'm also the dyer behind Solar Flair Fibres, so I'll get to more of that later. It has been an interesting few weeks. I have been quite busy. After the last update, I got quite a few orders, which was fantastic, so most of them, all bar one of them, is out. The other one will be out hopefully this afternoon. If not tomorrow, but I've had some personal dramas as well. Can't really go into it that much. Suffice to say that there's just stuff surrounding the kids and their father, basically. And look, it's been ongoing for many, many years, but it's just escalated in the last few weeks. So hey, we'll see what can be done. Yep. Anyway, but it does really get me down a lot and takes up a lot of time, which is quite annoying. What else? I don't know. This week has been the most glorious week. We've had so much rain this year and so many overcast days. You know, the first year of starting up a solar dyeing business, we've had so much rain, and it's been the most overcast days we've had for so many years. They tell you all these things and I just ignore it. But this week has been absolutely glorious. It's one of the reasons people come to visit the tropics in winter, because it's beautiful. It's crisp in the mornings. I know I say crisp, it's about 15 degrees, which will probably be about 60 overnight when you first wake up in the morning, and then warms up to about 27, which is probably about 80 during the day. Perfect dyeing weather. I've actually got a couple of things out today just as a bit of a sample for myself to see what happens. Yeah. So, apart from that, I mean, we've had another homestay student here this week. He seems really lovely. He keeps calling me mother, which is very, very cute. And the kids think it's kind of cute as well. But he's very, very sweet and wants to get involved, and he really likes Ninja, so that's good. Apart from that, I'm wearing a t-shirt that I got for my birthday from the kids. And you can see there, it just looks like it's got a bit of knitting on it. But I didn't even practice this, so I'm hoping that you can see what it says. It's all fun and games until somebody drops a stitch. So, there you go. I find that funny. In other stuff that's been happening, I've got a Fitbit. So if you're on Fitbit, you can follow me there. I'm not quite sure how to find people on Fitbit. Usually I find people, and then if I found someone, often I'll find friends of theirs, if that makes sense. So that is that. I'm also logging regularly on MyFitnessPal. I went and saw my GP. I've had a few health issues this year, and I went and saw the GP a couple of weeks ago, and we sat down and had a chat, and he said, look, you know, if you want to be on medication for reflux and blood pressure for the rest of your life at age 42, then keep doing what you're doing, but if you don't, you need to change. And I saw a photo of myself side on, which was not at all flattering, and I think that was the jolt I needed to make some changes. So that's what I've been doing. But enough of that. So we are here to talk about knitting and spinning and dyeing and all sorts of stuff like that. So let's get on and do that. I've got a very needy dog down here, so she's just trying to monopolise me. I should probably have given her a pig's ear or something before we started. Okay, I just paused it there and I gave her a pig's ear because it's going to keep her quiet even if she crunches on it in the background, so I do apologise. Anyway, on to the crafty stuff. So, finished objects. I do have a finished object. I haven't done a heap of knitting over the last 3 weeks. I've actually done very little, but I did finish a Beyond Pooparium which is a, sorry about the lighting, I don't know what it does here. I meant to bring this up and I just forgot to. Where are we? Beyond Puerperium by Kelly Brooker. Kelly is a New Zealand designer, and it is for a friend I went to school with. So she contacted me, probably about a month ago now, on Facebook, and she goes, "Look, you're the only person I know who knits." And when my son was born 13, 14 months ago, he was given a knitted jumper, which I have, which was a bit too big for him, so he's now been wearing it this winter, and I have been taking really good care of it, except my husband then put it through the washing machine. And it sounds like someone had picked up a hand knitted jumper from a market somewhere for them, and it was totally wrecked. And she said, "Look, he sleeps really, really well when he's warm, so would you be able to knit something? I'll pay you whatever you need." So I said, "Not a problem," and I've been wanting to knit this for a while. So here it is. It's in Bendigo Woolen Mills in Luxury in the Aquarium colourway. Now, the reason I chose this pattern is because it's predominantly for him to be sleeping in. So I didn't want buttons down the front, and I thought buttons down the side, they're not really going to dig in anywhere. It's also, I feel it's easy to get on and off a baby because you can tickle them down the side as you're doing up the buttons, and I think that's kind of cute. It was exceptionally boring knit, but it's probably what I needed at the time. Just a simple raglan sweater. You can see on the back there the raglan increases. This has been blocked, which really helps smooth it out. This is a really good example. I should have taken before and after pictures of why you block things, because beforehand it was just a little bit all over the place just after blocking, and I just literally soaked it in the soak, wrung it out in a towel, and then laid it flat on blocking boards. I didn't pin anything. So there you go. I got these cute little buttons at Spotlight, which blend in quite nicely. They're little rainbows, and yeah, so there it is. So it's a bluey greeny colour. There we go. That's probably a fair representation there of it. I think it's going to be quite big, but hopefully it'll then fit in for next year as well. So that is that. Works in progress. I have had in my, I did take that along in my handbag for a while to work on it. So I haven't done as much work on this as I would have liked. This is my Tubularity by Martina Bem, using up the colourways from the Zombie Knit Apocalypse this year. So as you can see, I think I just started on the third colour there. This is the 716 Knits colour. I feel an attack of the Dumb Blondes coming on, and it is really lovely. I just really, really love the way that things are turning up. So that is that. I haven't worked on this now for at least 10 days, so hey. Apart from that, I have a new bag from Kitchen Counter Crafter. It's a coffee bag. This is from Java Jenny. I think we have in here, yep. There you are, Kitchen Counter Crafter, javajenny.etsy.com. These are fantastic bags because they've got the snap locks at the top. So those bracelets you snap around your wrists? Well, that's what this has. I cast on a cool clavicle cover, which is Megan Williams from the Stockinette Zombies, her latest pattern. There is where I'm up to. I probably should show it that way. Not that it really matters. I'm partway through section 3. I think there's 5 sections. It's a really lovely knit. I am using, where did I put the ball band? This is Moseley Park, I believe, which is an Australian dyer. And I'm just looking it up quickly. Yep, it's the Gardner, I think it's the Gardner base. The colour is Tosca. From the ball bands, it's really difficult to see what they were. So that's what I've put it as. It's 75% wool, 25% nylon, 459 yards per 100 grams. So I really quite like it. It's one of those things, it's got quite a bit of yellow in it, but the yellow doesn't dominate because of the pinks with it. So there is that. I hope to have that finished in the next week. And I'm kind of taking that with me at the moment as well in my bag. Not that I've been getting much knitting done outside. Where did I go? I went somewhere and didn't have my knitting with me, and I was just really furious. But I was somewhere else where I did, and people kept commenting. Anyway. Spinning, I haven't done a lot of spinning, so I'm not going to show that this week, but I'm still spinning the Polwarth I was spinning last time. So, no changes there. Needle adjacent. I do have a needle adjacent project. If you watch Joyce from Aussie Yarning, she is doing a sweater along, or more importantly for us, it's a boxy along. Boxy is a pattern by Hoagie Locatelli. It is literally a boxy cardigan. So there you can see I've got, anyway, you don't need to know that I've got one arm that's much bigger than the other. If I hold up that arm, it goes down to about there. So it's a huge box and it has some sleeves on it. I thought that it would be pretty awful and ignored it until I saw some people at Bendigo wearing them, and they looked really fantastic. And I thought, if I am going to be dropping a couple of clothing sizes, I need to be knitting things that that won't have that much of an impact on. So that is why I'm going to knit that. I also have the ton of wool. So, excuse me. Yeah, I've got two of these. This was the Ton of Wool project. This was done by Kylie Gusset, Miss Gusset. Gusseting, I think, is her Ravelry name. It is single origin 100% Cormo wool 4-ply fingering weight. So this is 300 grams net, and it is grown by the Downey family in Bothwell, Tasmania. The Cormo breed, founded by the Downeys in 1959, ensures a long-stapled, soft, dense wool. You're holding a piece of history, the wool from the progeny of the original sheep that created the breed. Cormo are farmed using sustainable principles, low-intensity production, chemical-free farming, and rotational grazing. Your support of Ton of Wool helps to create a sustainable product from sheep to shawl, or whatever goodness you make from it. So, grown in Tasmania, 300 grams, 1154 yards. So yeah, and of course it's hand wash, which is fine by me. So I wound it into a big ball. That is the 300 gram ball, and that was done on my Royal Ball winder. It just fit. I think I put a photo up on Instagram. I'm actually waiting for some needles. I've got so much on the needles, and I'm just at the moment chilling and going, it's okay. But I did order new needles to do this. Partially because one of the needles it requires, my interchangeables don't go down to it. It's 3mm, and I don't think my interchangeables have got that. This is really squishy and really lovely. It's a natural colour as well. It's mid-grey, and I think it's 75% white wool blended with 25% black wool to get the grey colour. And it's almost a browny grey in some pictures, but other times it's a grey. I really like it anyway, and I thought if I knit it and I decide that I'm sick of the colour by then, I can dye it. Not that I will, don't worry. So that is needle adjacent. The other thing I thought I would mention, probably moving into acquisitions now, and I've only brought out a few because I have got things over the last month or so that, anyway, in September. It's almost September. I thought we would have stripy September. Now for me it's going to be striped socks. I am behind in trying to knit 12 stripy objects for the year, and I thought that September would be a good month to try and catch up. Plus, I have been sent a prize to give away. So I purchased the Kitchen Counter Crafter bag, the coffee bag, and I purchased a little Notions pouch. So I just drop something. There we are, there's the little Notions pouch, which is just so cute. I haven't put anything in there yet. So, there we go. I really, really, really love it. And the amazing Java Jenny sent a prize for the podcast from Kitchen Counter Crafter. So, I haven't actually opened this yet. Well, wouldn't you know? How fun is that? It's gorgeous. Oh, look. There are 2 cards, Thinking of You and Close-Knit Friends. And then there is this mini notions pouch with, it's almost like a houndstooth on the outside, and it's got the knit stitches on the inside. So that is really lovely. Thank you so much, Jenny, for sending that. They will be one of the prizes for the stripe along. Now, stripe along can be self-striping fabric, a self-striping yarn. It can be creating stripes yourself. You know, I'm fairly easygoing when it comes to what we actually do in these things. So whatever you think you would like to do, that is fine by me. So there's the gift again. So that will be running for the whole of September. And my aim is to get out 2 or 3 stripe projects. Plus I'll probably be knitting on the boxy still. I have been knitting as well, sorry, on my sock yarn blanket, but I won't show you the progress I've made. But I've managed to do 2 at a time squares for the bottom. So I'm quite pleased with that. Acquisitions. This one took forever to get here. I ordered it, it was shipped, sorry, on June the 26th from America, and it got here in early August. Go figure. And this is from Little Skein in the Big Wool. And I ordered, you can see the little, gorgeous little tin there, which is just so beautiful. I ordered the stitch markers, the Stockinette Zombie stitch markers. Little Skein in the Big Wool was exceptionally generous at the Knitpocalypse and gave away quite a few kits. Ooh. Just trying to thread them onto this needle here. I have a one of my Knit Pro needles here that I have been using to do the chain stitches in the Cool Clavicle cover. There's a row there where there's quite a bit of fiddly bits, and I find it easier to use a small little needle. So here we go. There we are. We've got that one. I'm looking at a mirror image on my screen. There we are. The 2 little kittens, the Amy and Megan kittens. So I have those stitch markers in the bag, in the tin, and they will start being used. And it came with a little book as well. The best people in the world are knitters, and it has graph paper in it. So that is really, really, really lovely. Worth the wait. I suspect, being a small package, it got misplaced somewhere, but that's okay. Still got it in there, and of course came wrapped very nicely too. The other thing, with my prize winnings from the Cairns show, I decided to buy some more self-striping yarn, because why wouldn't you? So I made 2 purchases, and one was from Clever Chook. Now, the amazing Monica, who is Clever Chook. This one here, which is Primordial, which is a whole lot of greens, which I think is just stunning. And the other one, I know everyone will be really surprised I got this one, but it's called Spectrum. And again, it's self-striping. So really looking forward to knitting both of those up. Monica has had some issues with her shoulder, I was reading in her group, so she's not dying at the moment, which is very, very sad, because she really does an amazing job. I also ordered from Stray Cat Yarns. Now, Stray Cat Yarns have these, they really package things beautifully, out of New Zealand. I know it gets to America before it gets to Australia, because I've had that before. I ordered this one thinking it might be a minimal colourway, and as soon as you saw it, he goes, "Is that for me?" Which was really lovely. So this is mulled wine. That's a really nice representation. It's a beautiful goldy yellow, the rich red, and the dark grey. And the second one is called I Got Sunshine. So I figured it was sort of like a solar flare colourway as well. And, whoa, you ready? How's that? That's pretty bright. That's fantastic. So I'm really pleased to have both of these. And again, we'll be knitting them up sometime soon, I hope. Now, 4 skeins of striped sock yarn. That's not enough. Let's get another one. This was my birthday present. Oh, that's the other thing. Stray Cat sent me a complimentary solid colour as well, which was really lovely, which I will probably use for heels and toes on I got Sunshine, I think, heels, toes and cuffs. So really, really pleased with that. You can guess where I ordered from, Dancing Dog Dyeworks. And oh, Michelle was so lovely. She was putting up pre-orders for her latest self-striping colourway, which is called I Chihuahua, and it was being released on my birthday, and I would have had to have woken up at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I messaged her, and I think I just quipped somewhere on social media, and I said, it's a bit early, and she messaged me and she goes, would you like me to put one aside for you and invoice you? And I said, that would be fantastic. So that was a really, really lovely thing. Look at it. Isn't that just awesome? That's the I Chihuahua stripe. It is the 100% superwash merino, 400 yards, and it's a really tight twist, so I'm hoping it will wear really well. And it's got the magical colours in that I just adore, the beautiful turquoisey blue and the orange, and of course all the green, the chartreuse. So really, really happy with that. And again, can't wait to knit that one up. So, stripy September. Not that I'm going to knit 5 pairs of socks in September. That would be a bit, wow, that would be amazing. Anyway, now, let's move on to the shop. If you don't stay along for shop things, well, you might be regretting it this week. Last Friday, Solar Flair Fibres turned 1. And I had hoped to record last week. Things just got away from me. I was planning on recording yesterday, but then I had a special interview for stuff with the kids that went on longer than I thought. And then I thought about recording at night, and I know the light is just really bad. There's no point in recording at night. So that's why I'm here today. But I had wanted to record last week as well. I have quite a bit dyed up for an update. Sorry, now this update will be going up tomorrow, which is Thursday at 9:30. And because it was Solar Flair Fibres' birthday, I don't usually give discounts as such, but I figured that that once a year for Solar Flair Fibres' birthday, I will give a 10% discount. So that is valid from now until Sunday. Now I should look at my calendar to find out. Where's today? There we are. Sunday is the 24th. So the end of the 24th is when the 10% is valid from. So that gives you, I suppose by the time you see this, 4 or 5 days to place an order. There are still a couple of spots around for Fingers in the Icing, the special birthday colourway. Those have all gone out, people who've ordered them. They were posted, some last week, some Monday, some yesterday. The post office ladies cringed. There was one lady, she's only been part-time, and she's not used to doing the big bulk orders, and I go in with all my things, and she looked at me on Monday and she goes, oh, and I said, I'm sorry. I said, would you like me to wait? And she goes, no, I've got to learn sometime. And because with the overseas things, packages as well, it takes a while. So then I walked in there yesterday with another huge string bag with another 10 or 12 packages to send, and she said, oh, because I got her again. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, there's no one else in the queue. It was fantastic. It was a great time to walk into the post office. I said, there's no one else in the queue. And she goes, it's okay. I think I've got it a bit better. But I don't think she scanned the domestic packages because I had the tracking on my phone and it hadn't shown up. So anyway, that's okay. The update that will go up tomorrow has a bit of everything. First thing it has, which is a bit of a surprise, is I found some jungled concrete in the bottom of a tub that I wasn't expecting. So this was one that was meant to go across to the ZK that didn't. I haven't rescanned this one because I thought it'd be nice to see how it is like that. So that is a jungled concrete on a Zoya. I think it's 400 and something yards. It will be on the listing, but that is quite a popular colourway. So let me pull a chair. Actually, this one here, excuse me. That one's that one. I got into the Sparkly Spirit last week. And week before, whenever I was dyeing, I think it was last week, and got into the Sparkly Spirit and dyed up quite a bit of sparkly. This is Wine Dregs, which is quite a very, very deep, almost browny, burgundy, blacky red. But with the sparkles, you can really see the sparkles on it. I dyed up Becca's Heart of Gold, again on sparkles, and this one has some beautiful tonal aspects to it. There is Genie, which was the new colourway from last time, which is the blue with the reds and purples and pinks. There is, I did some confettis. So I've got confetti cupcake. I've got confetti silver cake and confetti pink cake, all in sparkles. I have the Eyes Have It, which I hadn't dyed up for a while. And that is probably my favourite blue. And I think, yes, I do also have, there we are, I have a Hi Ho. Because I was thinking, if you wanted to do something stripy, that'd be pretty amazing. I think that those two colours would go really nicely together. So the Hi Ho and Hi Ho and the Eyes Have It. Then I have, there we are, Becca's Heart of Gold on Apollo. I have a Genie on Apollo. Now, this one came out a bit darker than the others, but still just as beautiful. And then on the Lou base, which has been flying out the door, I have a confetti cupcake that I am going to reskein because, a simple reason, the only reason I'm going to reskein this one, you see when it's skeined, that's fine, except I'm pretty sure one of the kids was walking past and pulled a string. There's no problem with it, but it's just annoying. So you can feel in there that it's a bit tight in a couple of places. Nothing at all wrong with the yarn. So that will be reskeined. I have a Hi Ho in Lou as well. This is just, I contemplated keeping this one for myself because it's calling out to be a beaded shawl, I think. You know, there's one of those one skein beaded shawls. If you follow the Yarn Harlot, she's just finished a Boo Knits pattern. It's quite sad, the blocking experience she had. But I think this one here would be pretty magical for a shawl with some beads on it. Plus it's just so beautiful. This is, sorry, another Apollo in... Is this Apollo? Here's me now confused. These are both... No, this is Lou. This is Apollo. This is Apollo in confetti pink cake. Now I'm confused. No, this is definitely Lou. It's definitely not Apollo. Sorry, here's me getting confused. So they will be going up tomorrow. I've now got time today to go down and photograph them. I will probably wait. I usually try and photograph in the afternoon light because that is more conducive to getting decent photographs. Photographer friend told me that. When the sun is not as high in the sky. Anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you all for... sorry, for the messages that you've sent me asking if everything's okay. I've had quite a few Rev messages and quite a few PMs on Facebook and on Plurk and things like that. I am doing okay. It's all going to be fine. It's just another one of these hurdles in life that happens. Hey, it is what it is. And yeah. Apart from that, I think that's about it. I hope to be recording Monday or Tuesday next week and then having an update. I might stick with Thursdays. Thursday updates I think will work well for me. I keep changing, so be prepared for me to change again. But until next week, I can't remember where. I think this is a T Fury shirt. Does it say on the tag? Probably just says American Apparel or something, doesn't it? No, it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it was a T Fury shirt. I don't know if you can still get them or not. I think that's it. So until next time, I'll say, uru, cheers, bye.